So I actually knew I was an Olympian right before that jump.
Oh, really?
Because, like, I knew that I was clean up until 460, and I knew the two girls in front of me had each a miss. So when they went out on their third attempt, I was about to start losing it, and I looked over at my dad, and he's like, get it together, like, you need to focus. You have to make the jump. So I was like breathing, zoning back in. But what was so cool is I love to get the crowd involved. So that's why I was able to get the crowd
yeah.
And I just said, you know what? I did it. So you know what? Just give it your all and just go for it. And I knew before everyone else when I made that bar that it was a dream come true. I couldn't help it. I just had to point to the sky. Like, I was like, that God did this for me.
University of Georgia.
Yes.
And then you transfer to Louisiana, correct?
Yes.
And
yes.
Then when you did that, in 2012, which is your freshman year, correct?
Right.
In Georgia, you become already, outdoor All-American immediately. And then if we keep going, because you every year, pretty much 2012, 2013, 2014, you were a champion. You were there, constantly competing at the NCAA. And in 2016, you were student athlete of the year. And that was on Louisiana when you graduated in Louisiana. They named you athlete of the year.
I'm not exactly sure, but I'm pretty sure it's definitely with UL. Now, I did graduate from the University of Georgia, but I ended up having an injury where I had a redshirt year. So that's why I returned home, started my master's degree. And that's when I was able to finish my last semester at home.
Oh, got you. Okay, so you did it in Louisiana. I saw a couple of videos of you, since you start doing gymnastics. Your father started, because I believe he have a gym that he trained kids.
Yeah, so I was a gymnast, and the gym that I was at was going to close down. So instead of having to drive back and forth really far, like an hour and a half or 2 hours away, my parents got with the coach that was coaching me and decided to open up a gymnastics facility for me. Okay. So yeah, gymnastics was my first love, and gymnastics was my first dream.
Yeah, I saw you. You're doing very good in gymnastics as well. I mean, I saw the video right there, and you do some tricks and flips.
Yeah.
And,
I was a college level gymnast. I just had more scholarship and more opportunity with pole vaulting, and I knew that college was a stepping stone for the Olympics and for a professional career. Compared to gymnastics, it's one step down when you go to college.
Got it. So let me ask you something. Because I believe you made the commitment to change the sports when you were like 11, 12 years old, something like that.
I did continue. I finished gymnastics up into my senior year.
Into your senior?
I did both. Like, I pole vaulted and did gymnastics, and then it wasn't until I graduated from high school that I decided to go ahead and choose pole vaulting and strictly focus on pole vaulting in college.
Okay. And how was that transition from high school to college? Because, this is pretty much the knowledge that we're going to bring to the student athletes up there. Were you divided, like, should I do pole vaults or should I do gymnastics to go to college? Do you approach universities? Do they approach you? How that was the process?
So they started reaching out to me my junior years when I started getting like different letters. And I think it was my senior year when people actually started calling, and I went on 5 recruit trips.
Okay.
So I narrowed down my 21 offers to 5. And
okay.
I traveled. I was able to go on recruiting trips, and that is where I narrowed down to the University of Georgia.
Oh, so you had 21 offers on the table?
Yes.
That's very good.
I broke the national record my senior year. So I was the highest female vaulter at the time in the United States for high school.
For high schools. Also, you broke the record in high school. Oh wow, excellent. Excellent. I didn't know. I didn't read that. I didn't look. I didn't see that on the news. But that's so immediately. That's the main reason why you got 21 offers.
I didn't expect all that, but that's what came with it.
Well, that's good. So how come you decided to go to Georgia?
So I went on all my different recruiting trips. I loved them all. It was a very hard decision, and it was a lot of crying involved. But something about Petros Cipriano, he ended up being the head coach at Georgia after I left. But there was just something about him. He just fought so hard for me, and I just could feel his passion about wanting to have me on his team and building an amazing team, which he did. He built that program from nothing, and it was just, I could feel his energy. I could feel, that I wanted to be a part of that. So it was really for Petros Cipriano, and then I love Athens, Georgia. It was a little bit like home, but not home. So I actually was happy about leaving and, finding myself and my maturity. And I was really thankful for that as well.
Excellent. That's important, because on occasion when I talk to student athletes, I say you need to talk to the coach. You need to have a conversation and have that feeling. I have a female athlete that they went to a Division II. She had offers in Division I, but she went to a Division II in Orange County, and she felt it. She's like, it happened like you. As soon as she talked to the coach, she's like, okay, this is it. This is where I'm going to stay.
It's all about that athlete-coach relationship. If that's not there, it's probably not going to work out.
It's not going to work out immediately, right? It's not. It would take, yeah.
I would definitely start with the coach-athlete relationship, and then your next thing is obviously where you're living, where you're staying. It's, you want to get out of your comfort zone, but what's going to also keep you feeling comfortable enough to go to school, get your job done, make sure you're competing at the highest level and all that. So
excellent.
First was coach. Next was, where am I living? How's my day-to-day life going to be like?
Beautiful. Yeah, that's important for the athletes to know, because sometimes we have in mind, hey, I want to go to so and so school, and that might not work. You can probably go to Duke, you can go to Kentucky, you can whatever university you want to go to, but that might be the right decision if you don't have a good correct connection with the coaches. Correct.
So I had an amazing visit at Penn State. It really went well, and I really, really, really had a hard time turning that offer down. But me being from Louisiana, trying to have to adjust to snow and how that works was a big factor of actually why I decided not to go there as well.
Oh, and Penn State is a great university as well. I mean,
yes.
Penn State, right? Now, I know you missed it in 2016 for tiny, margin right there. What did you feel at the time?
At the time, so I'm going to take you back a little bit more. I did make the Olympic trials in 2012 when I was a dog, a University of Georgia dog. I was a baby, that was just a first time experience. I was not ready for it. I was competing against all my idols. So I knew going in that I really was not ready for this, but it was an awesome experience, and it was just a dream come true for that year. The next time though, I had some injuries throughout when I was at Georgia. I had a detached retina, which is nothing that happened from vaulting. I just have really bad eyes. That really set me back way more than I could have ever imagined. And then I had 2 stress fractures in my left foot after that. And that's where the redshirt season came from. So during that time, I felt like I was trying to fight to come back. And my senior year at Georgia, I was in a really bad place because I didn't know if I wanted to continue with the sport or if I wanted to move on with my life. And coming home that summer, my senior year, me and my dad just had really good conversations. We started from the basics again, and I just kind of found that love, and I just really, really wanted to fight for it. So I knew that I was going to be graduating from Georgia in December, and I decided to go ahead and come home because I knew that's where, I was going to build myself back up
Okay.
to try to do this professionally. So I came back home. I was able to compete with the Raging Cajuns, and I jumped 460, and I ended up 4th place. But it was still such an accomplishment because I kind of like proved to myself that I can do this.
Okay.
I missed the team. I was an alternate though, so I could have gone I don't want to say if someone got hurt or sick, I could have gone, but so it made me feel still like it was possible, and that's when I was like, I'm going to fight for this and I want to give this a go to actually go for the 2020 Olympics.
Excellent. Because, sometimes, I talk to Jackie, which is in fencing, the fencing team. You probably got to meet her. I'm probably not, I don't know, right there in the Olympics. But she was mentioned to me that it was tough for her transition from when she finished the school, when she finished the senior year to make that commitment and become full-time athlete, because you have to make a living, you have to live, you have to do different things that probably, as I don't know how you do in the pole vault, but like she was mentioned, it's tough to make a good living like that, right? So what came to your mind all that time? Were you like, okay, should I keep going my professional life like regular human being, or should I keep going as an athlete? So what came to your mind at that time?
So I think getting 4th place at the Olympic trials in 2016 was definitely the reason I decided to go ahead and take on the journey to try to make the 2020. I was so close, and I could feel it. I could practically taste it. Like I wanted that to happen. So I decided to, I moved into my great-grandfather's house, which me and my husband, we were able to like fix up and make it our own. I'm renting through my nanny. So she really, really helped us out living situation wise. And then my parents owned the gym. So I had a free place to train. So that's a no brainer. And then I coached gymnastics as a part-time job. Okay. And I have practically taken over the gymnastics team and kind of like built it from the bottom. And it's been an incredible experience for that as well. So, and then I have people supporting me. I have like my treatment. The Nerve Health Institute has given me so much support and kept me healthy. But I will say this. I really took a leap of faith during the COVID year. I took that time and I decided to go ahead and really financially put what I had into my sport. So I ended up, spending money on a sports psychologist. I ended up spending money on someone to help me create the perfect diet for me in my sport. I really invested into finding the right massage treatment and just taking care of myself. And it paid off. So,
it paid off. Definitely. I mean, it's a big commitment, but I am totally sure you inches, you're like, I want to go right now. Right. I
was really, really blessed. Louisiana athletic program, they are no longer, since the COVID, they decided to stop. But before COVID, they were my biggest support system. They would raise money for me to be able to like compete all over the world. They took care of all my travel, my coach's travel. And that was the reason why I was able to do what I did.
Excellent. That's a great support. Yeah. That's an unbelievable support right there.
It's insane. So, I owe them my life. I wish they were still here because one day I do want to pay it forward and maybe we'll get together and start up another one or something, because that is the reason why I made
well, congratulations. Thumbs up to them, because that's, we don't know, like outsider of what you guys, Olympics, you just think, oh no, you guys represent United States, you good. You're fine. You're making money. You're doing all these.
No. It's actually probably easier to make more money, especially in track and field, in every other country besides the U.S., unless you are literally like the top sprinter, runner. Our vaulters can make a living, but you have to be like top of the world.
So. Yeah, it's the sponsorship, right? And when it comes to the sportsmanship, all that commitment that you have to be right there on the top 3 in order for you guys to probably to sign a good contract with somebody else. Is like Nike or Adidas or something like that, right? For you guys to make it happen. Now you mentioned something that caught my attention because I see a lot of sports documentaries about athletes, the effect it has, the Olympics after they finish with the Olympics. And you probably saw that, in HBO, that episode or not. But you mentioned something about psychologists. You have a team, you have a guy or a girl, I don't know, preparing you for the Olympics. How that works? How is that working with you? Take me a little bit on that.
So my psychologist, his name is Robert Andrews. He's based out of Houston, Texas, and he's like known for being a very top sports psychologist. But he has probably been one of my gifts from God, or just the biggest asset I've had yet. He's going to be with me every step of the way. I mean, he was with me before, but now he's going to really be with me every step of the way leading up to Tokyo, and then also he'll be there for me whenever like you said, it is all said and done. For me, I am not freaked out about it being over with. Like, I'm actually looking forward to next year, because I feel like making the Olympic team is going to set me up for a really incredible year next year. And then we'll see where I'm at in life, decide if I want to have a couple of kids and what I want to do, but I'm just so thankful right now and just so honored that, if the Olympics is the last competition I ever compete at, I will be okay. Like, I'm gonna be fine.
Excellent. Well, that's a good news. That's a good news that you know what's going on. You had your support right there next to you, your husband. You're probably gonna talk about future ideas and what to do. And trust me, I have 2 kids. I know. After you have kids, it's different. I mean, it's everybody says it. It's kind of annoying. Every time that I repeat it, but it is true. Your life changed when you have something different, like a little kid next to you. You know what I mean?
If I would have made this Olympic team, I don't think I would be the person talking like I am today. Like, I did go through a very, very rough period where, especially, I think it was around like February or March, when it started to really set in, like, if I didn't make this Olympic team, like, it's over for me. Like, it's time for me to move on. And I was really struggling with that. So, that's about the time when I decided to get the sports psychologist. And I was like, I just need to, think differently. And that's where he taught me how to just be more grateful, just be grateful for even having the opportunities I have, and just looking at things differently, not in such a way.
And when you're talking about struggling, like mentally struggling, like you were decided what to do, what not to do, how was it?
I was freaking out. I was like, I need to kind of maybe start thinking about, if I'm going to get a job, whenever this Olympic trials is done. And I was searching hard, like applying to jobs and just feeling like I just needed to have that backup plan, I guess. I kept telling my mom, like, if I don't have a backup plan, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know. I'm going to probably I just could feel myself like I was going to go into pretty dark hole. So, whether it was going to be depression or just, I don't know. I'm so thankful I don't have to be there in that situation. But it was, I would say January through probably March, I was struggling.
It was struggling. It's struggle time.
What was going to happen? Like, I wanted to take control. I just wanted to know so bad what was going to happen. And sometimes you just got to let things happen, because they end up working themselves out, and you just kind of try to stay in the moment, take it step by step, and not try to over plan or really look too far into the future. You can have like thoughts about it, and like, I know I want kids one day and stuff like that, but I'm learning a lot more to just stay in the moment and things kind of work itself out.
Excellent. I like that. I like that you stay focused on that. That's very good. Now take me over. Let's move on into your training section. How is that working? How many hours you spend daily training, or what's the steps that you follow through it?
Yeah, so I used to train like crazy hours, probably like 4 to 5 hours, especially when I was a gymnast. But becoming a professional pole vaulter, you kind of have to learn that quality is way better than quantity. So, only training, I would probably say I train about 2.5 hours a day. And I always have 2 days completely off training. So it's really, I feel like that's been the biggest asset as well, is really, when you do train, make sure it is effective and that you're doing everything, very clean and as perfect as possible, instead of just trying to rep it out. And I've really taken a step back. I used to lift really heavy, and we calm that down a lot. And then the main focus, I would say, in the past couple of years is speed. We've been really, really focusing on my speed work, because speed is everything.
Okay. When you start the vault, I mean, immediately that's the key right there, probably, right?
That is, being a gymnast obviously helps with body awareness and upper body strength and core strength. But I mean, Katie Najat, who beat me at the Olympic trials, and she's just on fire right now. I don't even think she did gymnastics, but her speed is incredible. So I feel like if we focus on our speed and just get that even a little bit better each day, then that's the key.
So you work on your legs a lot. You do a lot of sprints and then jogging and everything in order for you to get your muscles.
So lots of sprint work. Yeah.
Lots of sprint work. Lots of sprint work.
Lots of like walking drills and jogging drills and skipping drills and just hurdle drills and stuff like that. What I was going to say, I was never a track athlete, because I did gymnastics. That's all I ever did in high school. That took up all the time I had, besides, when I would pole vault here and there, or I was also a dancer. But besides that, I didn't train to run. I didn't train to do the hurdles or anything like that. I've never done any other sport or any other event in track and field. So, in college was the first time I kind of got a little bit of that sprint workout type thing, but it wasn't until the last couple of years that I feel like I actually became a track athlete.
Oh, gotcha. So maybe the track athletes will, since they started from the beginning, have a little bit of advantage, but you're not that far away, because I look, at the international level. I mean, you right now, I don't know if this is wrong or not, but you're number 24 right there. I mean, that's very good, for I don't know if it's that current or not. What are your thoughts?
So I think with my last jump, I'm 11th right now.
You 11th?
Tied for
even better. Also, this guy's having a great days. Because I saw the number one. So I wanted to ask you that, what do you think is the biggest competitor right there? When it comes to, when you're going to compete in the Olympics, do you have somebody on mind that you say?
So
Go ahead.
I have people. so Katie Najat, she's with me on my team. She's number one right now in the world. She's going to be a fierce competitor. She's just on fire. I feel like she's in her flow, which I feel like my freshman year at Georgia, I was in a flow where could do nothing wrong. Things were just happening, and I didn't try. It was just happening. I feel like she's in that type of experience right now. And then I know the girl from Holly Bradshaw, that's Great Britain, I think. I want to say Great Britain. She's on fire right now. And then there's a girl from Australia.
Okay.
Those three girls right there, we're gonna have to study a little bit, make sure. But I'm telling you right now, now that this weight's off my shoulders about making this team and finally being an Olympian, a lifelong dream I've had since I was 5, I'm curious to see what I'm going to be how I'm going to jump now, because I've jumped some really high bars in practice. And I think I've been so set on, I have to make this team. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen now.
Because you qualify with 4.7 meters, which is 1542 feet. That's quite high. So can you think you're going to be able to beat that record over there? Yes.
So I've jumped 15.9 in practice, which is 480.
Okay.
And I've had many close attempts at 490. So, yeah, no, we just got to keep doing what we're doing. When I'm competing, doing this thing going off to the right. So if we can figure out what's going on there, that's another at least 4 to 6 inches.
6 inches.
So,
beautiful. Well, I love the confidence. I mean, you have to, you have to believe in yourself, right? And you made it. Yeah. You made it. That's the main goal. Your main goal right now, which is, have fun. I think going to the Olympics is so unique. It's so, inspiring. I watch Olympics since I was a little kid, and I can't imagine the emotions that you have in front of you right now. Like, okay, I want to be there. I want to be part of it. Just being the inauguration. Of course, it's going to be different. It's going to be a little bit different because of the COVID, and unfortunately, we're passing through this. Which I want to ask you something about that. The IOC, which is the International Olympic Committee. They really push for these games. They really, they didn't want to cancel last year.
No.
They wanted to go no matter what. Okay. Right. I know there is a huge billion-dollar industry. But I saw and I read at least that they're still kind of like dividing, on what to do because of the vaccine. Of course, here in the United States, life is going to kind of going back to normal, Right. I don't know. I'm in Phoenix. Nobody uses now, the mask and everybody, I got my chats, already. I imagine you did too. But many of the countries up there, they don't have these, opportunities to have this many, vaccine up there. India is in a very bad shape. Latin America, Brazil, Peru, you name it. There is many places where it's still tough. What's your thoughts on that? Like, are you comfortable with the situation, or you okay with it?
So, what I do love, I did not get the vaccine yet. And it's just a personal reason. I just kind of want to give it a little bit more time. I'm pretty sure I didn't get tested for COVID, but there was a time where I had to take a small break. I had some symptoms. So, I just want to, the main thing is USA Track and Field and Tokyo has not pressured me into getting the vaccine, and they don't care. Like Tokyo or Japan does not care if you had or didn't have the vaccine. It does not matter, because people are still getting it with the vaccine. And the contact tracing, like if you have a cell phone and I have a cell phone and we're in Japan, that's how they're going to track us. So that's how they're going to kind of keep a hold of it. So if our phones are by each other, even though we're 6 feet away and you get COVID, I'm going to still consider it a contact tracing. So I would be considered having COVID. So, even though I know the vaccine, a lot of my family has had it, especially my older family, they've had it. So I'm not against it or anything. I want to wait. I want to see what's going to happen. And I feel like I'm young enough and healthy enough to, handle this. So, and I just want to see what it's going to come out with for kids and stuff like that. So, I'm not against it, like I said, or I just want to wait. But
and it's respectful, because I was in the same boat as you. I'll be honest with you. My last shot was a week ago. So I recently did it because it was something more familiar, because my mom is with me. She's 75 right now. So it's like, what should I do? Right? It wasn't. If you ask me, it wasn't a personal choice. It was more, about family choices, if you want to call it like that.
If I would have been if they would have said, look, either you get the vaccine or go to the Olympics, I would have or don't go to the Olympics, I would have gotten the vaccine. So I know where I'm at in my life and what's the most important right now. But since I didn't have to, I went ahead and I'm going to go ahead and wait. And see what's going to happen.
Well, that's good. No, I respect your opinion, to be honest, 100%.
I'm getting tested all the time, so I will know if I have COVID or get COVID, and that is my main concern about being in Japan, is being in there and then getting, a positive test. That's the only thing that like really freaks me out.
Yeah, well,
and
unfortunately, because your family is not going to be able to go, correct? Your mom, your dad. I don't know if your husband, does your husband can go with your husband?
so my dad will be able to go because he's going to be considered my personal coach, which he's my coach anyway. So, yeah. So, but we will not be staying anywhere near each other, and we can only see each other at the practice field and competition. So, yeah, I'm on my
own. Wow. Well, but that's good. You know, your dad is going to be there, so that's a huge plus because Jackie.
That was huge. I was very.
Yeah, I talked to Jack and she's going by herself. She's like, I have nobody that, close related. Uh-oh. Did we lose you right there? Are you
wow.
curious? Yeah, I'm sorry. I lost you for a minute. Yes. But yeah, so and now this is a topic that I have to unfortunately have to ask you for it, because that's why we live in it. We have to be realistic in where we at. It's a personal choice, and I respect it. I think, you're doing good. I felt like there's the same way. Like, I trained a lot. I do workouts. I eat healthy. I try to. So my mentality is like, I think somebody else would need it better than me. But it's it is what it is. We have to follow the rules right there in occasions. And I did it for my mom more than nothing, to be honest with you.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. Now, changing the subject, everything, is ready to go. When you planning to travel?
So I am leaving July 27th.
Okay.
Which I will arrive in Tokyo July 28th. And then I'll have some time to adjust, train, and then I compete at prelims August 2nd.
Okay.
And then 2-day break, and then finals are August 5th.
Okay.
The ceremony is August 6th, and then I come home August 8th.
Also, the ceremony is August. So you compete before the ceremony?
Well, the medal ceremony.
Oh, the medal.
Not like opening ceremony.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I got confused right there. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I know. I don't get to go to opening ceremonies because there's certain days and times that athletes have to go and return in order to, yeah.
Also,
so I don't even know if they're going to have, I'm curious to see. They didn't even go over any of that stuff. So I'm assuming that there's probably not going to be any athletes at the opening ceremonies.
Oh, wow. Probably not.
I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
Don't
count on that. No, I won't call you on that.
I definitely.
How was that?
I said I definitely won't be there because I have to go up later.
You have to go up later. Well, but it's either or. It's a great moment. I think you're an Olympian. That's an unbelievable deal. I'm so happy. I'm like, excited because I talk to my wife and I keep saying to her, what, these guys are just amazing. I love sports. I play baseball. I came with the intention to play professional baseball. It didn't happen to me, but I still love the no matter what the sports. I got into recruiting, to a guy that I met in a airplane, and I'm like, really, this is how recruiting. And my ex-wife is from Nebraska, so I got the opportunity to go to the football games. In Nebraska, it's nothing but college sports, pretty much.
Right.
So that's how I got involved into college recruiting. But let me ask you something. What do you recommend to the athletes that are coming up right now from high school to college? They has a mentality probably to make it like you, as a Olympian athlete.
So the biggest advice I can give is, first off, believe in yourself. If you're offered an opportunity, then you are good enough for that opportunity. So take that opportunity and don't take it for granted. Give it all you got. Things happen. There are going to be lots of bumps in the roads, but that's part of the process. And you have to try to enjoy the process, even though it can be bad. But most of the time there's a lot of good there too. And then, it's just so cool that I can finally say, like, if you have a dream, like Olympic dream or an NFL dream or NBA dream, whatever your dream is, if you fight for it and you don't give up, it can be done.
Awesome. That's that. It's reality. You go for go for it, right? I mean, no, don't be afraid. Just keep going and keep going.
Right.
I mean, like you did. I mean, look at you could have quit. 4 years ago. You could have said, you know what, forget about it. But you're like right there. That close that you say no. This is it. I'm gonna keep fighting hard for it. And look at you.
I believe the 4th place finish is what motivated me the most to get to where I am today. So with that, what felt so devastating at the time, led to this even better feeling today.
Even better feeling today. Excellent. It's a mindset.
Yes, it is a mindset.
You adjust it right there immediately. You say, okay, let me switch it. Let me work on it in order for you to make it where you are right now, right?
It took a lot of maturity, a lot of growing, a lot of getting out of my comfort zone for this. And that's part of the process. And it's such a good feeling to be here today.
But it's a unique time. It's a unique feeling, probably, right?
Yes.
I saw that with that video, when the moment that you qualify, that you hit the 470, it's like, you were jumping, I can't imagine those type of emotions right there, right?
Yeah, I've never ever experienced anything like that in my life. So.
That's good. So you immediately right there, you knew that you qualified for the Olympics?
So I actually knew I was an Olympian right before that jump.
Oh, really?
Because I knew that I was clean up until 460, and I knew the 2 girls in front of me had each a miss. So when they went out on their 3rd attempt, I was about to start losing it. And I looked over at my dad and he's like, get it together. Like, you need to focus. You have to make the jump. So I was like breathing, zoning back in. But what was so cool is I love to get the crowd involved. So that's why I was able to get the crowd to.
I saw you, right? And
I just said, you know what? I did it. So you know what? Just give it your all and just go for it. And I knew before everyone else when I made that bar that it was a dream come true. I couldn't help it. I just had to point to the sky. Like I was like that. God did this for me. So God was on my side.
That's nice. That's that. Well, that's that. I gotta put what you just said right now to that one video that you have jumping. That's a beautiful time. Well, I want to take you, I want to take you for this time. I really appreciate it. I know you're busy. I know you guys are about to, wrap up everything to leave. You're going to continue training every day, I imagine, eating habits. Oh, let me ask you, how is the eating habits? I mean, did you have to change a lot, your eating habits? Because
I did. Especially living in Louisiana. So, I have somebody that actually I will check in each week, take pictures, measure, weigh, everything. And it's not about like, oh, I'm fat or anything. It's just about, committing to the diet and staying consistent and someone holding me accountable for that, because that is where I struggle. I love food. I love all food. I have no
Tell me, because I've never been in Louisiana. What do you mean about, especially in Louisiana? Why?
You need to come by. We'll boil you some crawfish, crabs.
Oh my, really?
If you've ever had crawfish before, I doubt it, but crawfish etouffee, gumbo. I mean, all the bad stuff. It's so good though.
Well, I tell you what, after the Olympics, I made a commitment to go there.
Deal. And I will have my whole family cook for you. You're in trouble.
Oh, you kidding me? Oh man, I'll take it. You know what? It's good because, doing the podcast, I've been having opportunities to meet different people, and
that's so.
I got a lot of coaches telling me, hey, come to the university, I have invitations to Florida, to New Jersey, to Chicago, to Seattle, Kentucky. So trust me, I'll head to Louisiana because we have plans to travel starting, the beginning of by the end of the year, probably we're going to do a lot of changes in the company. But Louisiana is going to be in my map. Trust me.
You better. I'll hold you to it.
I'm gonna search because I haven't seen Louisiana food, but that's good. Well, at least you committed with it because I like to eat good too. I love seafood. Trust me.
This is right up your alley.
I'm a fan. I grew up in Venezuela, and then right there is we have the ocean. So my dad used to take us every time to the ocean to eat fried fish.
Oh yeah,
it's so good.
There's nothing like fresh caught fish and then fried fish.
Oh yes,
fry it
and fry it. Unfortunately, yes, it's true. Well, that's good. That's good, Morgan. Well, thank you so very much for your time. I wish you nothing. I told you something. I wish you nothing but the best. I'm rooting for you. I'll be watching you. I don't know what time. I hopefully it's not too crazy over because it's Tokyo is how many hours of difference? Do you know already?
I think 16 hours, but they usually make it to where, the U.S. can watch because we are like the biggest team going. So they're going to make it to where, the U.S. can watch. So as soon as I know, I'll make sure to have it posted. And when I post it, I'll make sure to send it to you.
Oh, please. I'll keep in contact. I'll be in touch, and if you allow me to, and then maybe after the Olympics, you never know. I mean, I hope you get a medal. That'll be outstanding. And if not, let's keep in contact. The same. I would love to have you back.
Yes.
In another episode when you're a little bit more relaxed, when you have experience, when you talk a little bit more about how everything went. If it's that.
Yeah, I would love that. That means I have an Olympic medal, maybe.
Hey. Like you dream it when you were a little kid, to be an Olympian. Keep dreaming. Hey, why not? You just mentioned not too long ago. You say, hey, you know what? Keep dreaming, keep working towards.
Yes.
Why not to get back with the medal? I mean, if not,
life.
If not, it'll be awesome as well. But if you do, wow, wow. That'll be awesome. That will be outstanding.
I'm ready.
Thank you, Morgan. Thank you for your time. I wish you nothing like the best. Like I say again, we keep in touch. I'll share, I'll edit everything, share some stuff, if you want, I show videos, 60 seconds or so, that way you can share on social media if you want.
Perfect.
This is a great conversation. I love it. I think that, getting to know you, getting to know a little bit more about what you guys do is awesome. I think it's a great, valuable information for the athletes up there, for all the kids that following me, and we're doing something very important for the future of the athletes, and education is important. I mean, I imagine you have great grades, your SATs, you probably did amazing, and that's what we're rooting for right here, just to push these kids to have if they follow your steps, awesome. If they follow education, awesome. At least they have part of their scholarship the education, funded. I don't know if you got a full ride or not when you went. You did. So you're good. You're good in academics as well.
Yes. I wasn't like a doctor material, but I did what I needed to do. I focused enough in school to make sure my grades and my ACT score was good enough to make sure that I was able to
you have to. That's important. That's the message, and later on in the future, you never know if maybe we can work together, because I have good plans for athletes, you involved in many things, and then maybe we can make something very special happen.
Give back to athletics, I would love that. So.
Oh, really? Well, let's get back in track as soon as you get back and relax and settle down. Maybe we can have a nice conversation about that, because I have a good plan. I have a good plan of approach for your own good as well. I mean, it's mutual. I want everybody to do good. Do you know what I mean?
Great.
Mm-hmm. Well, say hello to your family on my end. I don't know them, but I hope I meet him soon.
I will definitely.
Your husband, I don't know. Where is he from? From the U.S. with the Romero last name?
Yes, we actually went to middle school together, and then we went to separate high schools. But and then we re-met in my senior year in high school, and it's been history since.
Oh, really? There you are. There you are. Well,
We did a year apart in Georgia, and then he moved up my second year, so that's when it got really serious.
okay. Oh, so he's from Georgia?
No, he's from here.
Oh, he's
And
from okay.
he stayed back for a year, and I went to Georgia, and then my second year at Georgia, he moved to meet me.
Oh, to meet you there. Awesome, awesome. Well, that's love, though. That's good. That's good. Say hello on my end, okay?
I will. Thank you so much.
Bless you, bless you. Be careful up there. You know, it's crazy, but be careful. And I wish you have fun. You know, have fun. Have fun. Enjoy the time. Breathe. Take it in, and explode whenever you jump onto that pole right there.
Thank you. It was so nice meeting you. Thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you. Thank you, Morgann.